and all that. So, all right. So once you get settled onto your roller lightly down your spine, be sure your tailbone is grounded and you have the whole length of your body, head to tail. We'll bring the feet a little bit in front of the knees, so it's a more open angle here at the knee joint. And then extend the arms out to the side, the arms sort of perpendicular to the torso and to the roller. And feel as you're here that the blades can sink down around the roller's curves. And you want to feel balanced in your feet, front to back, left to right, side to side on each foot. Then we're going to shift our weight a little bit down and around the curve of the roller to one side and then to the other. So we're massaging out the space here between your shoulder blades. And as the arms reach long, back the hands to the ground, fingers point away from your shoulder. You can leave the hand grounded as much as possible and then tip away from one arm and then away from the other to feel a lovely stretch here across your chest. Massaging the area around the sacrum to the SI joints, giving a little massage. If you want, you could turn your head in the opposite direction from the shift in weight of your hip and your shoulder, going down on one side of the roller and then the other, or just look up at the ceiling with soft gaze. And feel how the movement of your torso side to side is shifting weight in your feet. And then let's come back to center. Pause, and then you inhale to curve the arms up and hug the air right above your chest. Fingers point towards each other. It's like you're gathering in here, hugging someone you love, and then you'll pull the arms open slowly, out and down. The back of the hands sink to the floor, and then the fingers extend. So you cup the palms, you curl the fingers, you embrace the air above you. Shoulder blades still sinking to the ground, and then exhale as you move the arms apart. The blades come towards each other, embracing the roller beneath you, opening your chest. Inhale to lift the arms, slow breath in, and then exhale, long, slow breath out. The arms descend a little slower than gravity would like to drop them here for you. And let's do that again. Inhale, coming up, reach up, and then exhale, pull the arms open sideways, out and down. Have a nice control, and both arms should touch the ground at the same time. Let's do one more. Embrace the air in, a deep breath in, try to fill the lungs to capacity. Exhale, slowly open the mouth and let the air slide out of your throat, out of your lips to help empty the lungs. Now we lift the arms again, coming in, and then fingers point to the sky. And as you exhale, let the blades drop a bit down towards the floor. Now inhale, as the hands lift up, the shoulder blades will shrug up away from the roller. And then exhale, sinking the blades down. Nice and easy, nice and slow. Widen the collarbone, widen the chest. The arms rise on the inhale. And then they sink on the exhale. The hands would be apart, a little wider than your chest, wider than your hips. And you're imagining a wall like between your legs. Press into it with your knees, with the thighs, and with the edges of your feet. Just want to keep a little bit of weight into the inside line of your foot and your leg on both sides so that you can really find some stability here, spreading the feet, spreading the toes, and imagining your whole foot, each side sinking into like deep, soft sand. Seems warmer than the snow we have outside. So you lift up, shrug the shoulders, exhale, breathe out, the navel flows down and in towards the spine as the arms also descend towards the ground. Now here, with inhale and turn the palms forward, away from your face, and exhale, lengthen the arms long at the side of your body, touching the fingertips to the mat on either side of the roller. Reach the arms long to pull the shoulders away from your ears. On the inhale, to lift the arms straight up to the ceiling, and exhale, the arms glide back by your ears. Feeling that stretch in your torso, pop back inside. Reverse the direction. The arms come up, the shoulders sink down. And then as you press the arms forward, try to lengthen the neck by pulling the shoulders away from your ears. We inhale to lift the arms up. They're in unison, they're in parallel. They move at the same tempo. As the arms go back, only go back as far as you can keep your ribs grounded. The arch in your low back stays the same height. And then we bring the arms forward. And then exhale, sigh the air out of your lungs. Bring your fingertips long to the floor, touch gently. And we lift the arms again. Big exhale before the arms start to go back and engage in the abdominal wall. You stretch the arms back as far as they'll go, lifting the arms, sinking the shoulder blades down again, and then exhale, gliding the arms forward. They land simultaneously. We're teaching coordination as well as increasing range of motion. One more, the arms go up. And then exhale, the blades slide towards your waistline. The arms reach back in the opposite direction. And then we press the air. You can almost imagine that you're moving through water and you feel some resistance and also some support from the air around your body as the arms lower. Next, we'll take your right hand to your right shoulder, the left to the left, and then pull the elbows in. We scoop the elbows up, drawing little circles here with the chicken wings here at your side. Let's lift the elbows up. You start rotating the upper arm inward as the arms go out, the elbows go out, and then scoop the air in and up alongside your ribs, and then flare the elbows out, drawing circles in the air with the elbows, and allowing your shoulder blades to move and shrug to stretch and release through the upper part of your back, your neck, and also the lower part along the ribs. The more mobility you have here in your shoulder blades, the more benefit you'll feel in the upper back. We'll do that again. Your arm is actually rotating on the shoulder surface here of the scapula. And then we come all the way around, and then we reverse. So you inhale to lower the elbows down, pull them wide and back, bring them forward, up and in, and then skim the arms down alongside the side of your rib cage. For every circle that you're drawing here, we're matching the right to the left to the right, so they're mirror images. And also for every single circle, your breathing is a short but deep inhale and a long and slower exhale. Your head just resting. It's almost creating a little indentation in the roller. Your eyes above, open and soft. Look up as high as you can and find a focal point. And we'll do one more. Again, the shoulders are shrugging as you do this. And then releasing as the arms come forward. And now we'll extend the arms forward, turn the palms down. Fingertips can touch the mat at your side, and we inhale with the arms straight up and then back. Reach behind you, and then exhale, circle wide and around like snow angels. Palms to the ceiling and to the very end, and then you turn the palms down to lift the arms up and back. Reach here, the ribs are grounded, and then stretch out long through the fingertips. Circle low. At the end, palms are down, and we do this again. Up and back, it's like a big yawn for the body. A hallelujah moment, and then circle and stretch. Let the arms cut through the air, flip over, and then they push the air up and then back behind you. And then they reach out long, slice the air with your arms, like two knives here. All right, and then we're going to reverse. So we turn the palms up, the arms parallel to the body, circle the arms out low. Now they have to lift as they approach the height of the shoulders. They lift a little higher as the arms go back behind you, and then you exhale. And it's a full exhale until the fingers are all the way down, touching the mat. Palms up and circle wide around. Your arms gradually lift. If you don't start to lift them as you come to the height of the shoulders, you're going to feel that it's really uncomfortable in the joint, and we want to be sure this is a pleasure for the whole shoulder girdle. Trying to keep the arms the same height from the ground no matter where you are in this movement. Circle wide around in the back. Exhale, dive it forward. Push the air out of your lungs, let the belly sink low, and one more just like that. These look great, and hopefully they feel even better than that. Exhale completely, let the navel knit together and down towards the roller. And now we'll bring the arms up in the air, bend the elbows out to the side, and then press your thumbs together, your index fingers together, maybe your middle fingers together. And we're forming a diamond shape with the arms here. So inhale, let that shape float back over your face, framing it like you're in a picture frame. And then exhale, sweep the arms forward, and then float the hands over the low belly. And we take that up and back, holding the same shape, but rotating it here. The mobilization comes from the rotation of the collarbones inside your chest. And we'll take that back again. And exhale and forward, leg press hand to hand, fingers to fingers, so you feel the inside line of your arms. And then if you want, just take your right hand to the left collarbone, keep the bent elbow in the other arm, and swing that back and see if you can feel the collarbone spin underneath your hand. And then rotate in the opposite direction as the arms move forward. If you're not feeling that, with your right hand to the left shoulder blade, or not the shoulder blade, the collarbone, just try moving a little bit more lateral or medial. So you can feel that spin rotate under your hand. And then just a couple on the other side. So you have that bent elbow and fingers around the collarbone here. Even if you lay the fingers sort of flat on the collarbone, you'll feel that rotation underneath your hand. All right, and then we can lower the arms and slide off the roller. Did everyone have a chance to feel that? It's nice to know that there's like a place here right by the center of your body, at either side of your sternum, that initiates that movement from the structure, from the skeleton. All right, so we'll lay down, press your feet, lift your hips up, and then roll the roller here underneath your sacrum. That's the wide sort of triangular bone here near the base of your spine, above the glutes. And we'll pull the knees in. And holding the roller with an overhand grip, soft but secure, we'll let the knees stretch over to the right and you turn your head to the left. So knees are bent, goes in by your tail, by your sits bones. Keep both shoulder blades on the ground as you rotate the spine. And now we exhale to come back to center. And then let's inhale, bring both knees over to your left and turn your head easy to the right. Keeping the right shoulder blade down here. And continue the stretch, let the weight of your legs take your hips over to feel that length here diagonally into the abs and into the back. And then you press into the roller as you exhale to come back to center. And now we tip the knees to the right as you look left again. This will also help open up your chest. If you keep the shoulder blades down and the elbows down. Pull the legs together. Exhale, bring them up. And inhale, let them float to the other side. And your head turns away easy. Still a soft gaze. This will give you a massage into the part of the glute. We're going to exhale to come back to center. And I'm just changing the focus a bit. Pick up your left hip bone and bring it across the body to take the knees over to the right. Go to your full range. And now pick up the right hip bone. Use your obliques to pull the hip up and the knees up. And then the hip bone keeps moving across the body and then down to lower the knees to the other side, to your left. Now the left hip bone has to lift. It's a twist through your core. And you bring that left hip bone across the body in an arc and then lower it down. So you feel that full stretch again. And now again, it's the right hip bone that lifts to bring the knees up from the right and across the body and then over to the left and down. Looking away from the knees every time. And then we pull the left hip bone up. Go slowly, so you feel that work in your core. Come around here to the other side. And just one more time, bringing the knees from the right to center. And then lifting your legs up to the ceiling. Stretch them out. Soft point with your feet. And the right leg falls back towards your shoulder. And the left leg reaches out in the opposite direction. Try to feel a stretch in the hamstring on the leg that's moving back and a stretch across the hip in the leg that's moving forward. So we'll inhale to switch the legs. They pass in midair. And you reach them long with soft toes. And then we switch again, exhaling for one, inhaling for the next. So just move with your own breath. Just stretch the legs through these arcs, moving in opposite directions. Let's say inhale here, and yawn the legs open. And then exhale, switch again. Notice where you're feeling the stretch. And using minimal effort to hold the roller in position underneath you. You don't want to add in unnecessary tension that blocks your range of motion, but we do want to have enough support here that the roller doesn't slip out from underneath us. The legs are only going to be about 4 to 5 inches apart as they pass up at the apex of the movement. And let each leg work in its own lane here. Just inhale and exhale as you move, as you breathe. And then let's bring both legs up to the ceiling. Exhale, rotate heels together, toes apart. And then we'll pull the legs apart sideways. Open and stretch your inner thighs. And then exhale, pull the upper thighs together to close the heels. Tap them together, and then they go apart. So a side split stretch. And exhale to lift. And let's do that 2 more times. Inhale all the way out and down without forcing it, but let gravity assist you. And then exhale, pull the legs up and squeeze them together. And then one more time like this. Open here. Exhale to close. And now you leave the left leg in the air, take the right leg out to the side, and try not to lift the left hip. So you feel an increasing weight and increasing load into the left core, particularly the obliques here. Exhale, bring the right leg up slowly, so resist the urge to just like throw it through the air using momentum. And now we leave the right leg vertical, the left leg moves slowly sideways, pay it out, lower it down, control it, put more weight into the right side. The lower the leg goes, the more weight you need in the right hip to keep the pelvis level on the roller. Exhale to bring it on up. Take your time. So you can work slowly every inch of those inner thighs. The legs close at the top, and now the right leg moves sideways and out in an arc. Keep increasing the weight into the left hip as the right leg moves further and further away. Put more and more pressure into the left glute, into the left side of your body, so you feel the core, you feel that side. And now exhale, drag the right leg up. Make sure you're breathing while you're doing it. Gaze is soft on the ceiling here. Right leg is vertical, left leg moves sideways. Reach out along the curve of that arc like you're coming down a rainbow, but you're still grounding yourself on that right side as the left leg moves out and down. Exhale to pull the left leg up inch by inch, nice and slow. Feel like core work and the leg work too. And then let's fold the knees into your chest. Just embrace them in. Bring the knees as close to your chest as you can. And then we'll lift the legs up again for a little bicycle. So take the right leg forward as the left leg pulls into your chest. Stretch the leg out. As you lower the foot, try to bend the knee and slide the foot in along the mat as the other leg is pulling in towards your chest. So work for that full extension, but also full flexion. Nice and slow. Breathe with this. Whatever feels right for your body. And again, here when the leg extends back, there's your hamstring stretch. When it goes forward, there's your hip opening stretch. And then whenever you're ready, we're going to reverse and back pedal. So one leg, the foot touches down, you skate the foot out to full length, and you bring it up in the air as the other one's going down and out. So you can picture if you were on a bicycle, I don't know why you'd be riding on your back, but you want to keep the feet about 180 degrees apart, no matter where they are in the movement. Now, that looks really lovely. Good work. It's always a soft point through your foot, not overly tense. And then we can bring both legs up to the ceiling. Bend your knees. Exhale to lower your feet down and separate them about 4 to 5 inches. Now we'll slide the right leg forward. Rest on your heel if you can. If it's too much for your low back, you have options. You can either bend the right knee slightly so that you lessen the amount of curve in your low back. You could also, if it's more difficult for you, you could pull the left knee into your chest. Whatever works for you is where you want to be. And just breathe into the stretch, right, across the right side. Then you'll inhale to take the right arm back of the hand rests on the floor. So you're really getting that leg through the full right side of your body, fingertip to armpit, to hip bone crest, and all the way down to your toes soft and relaxed here. Your weight's on that rounded heel. You want an inhale to think of lengthening the body, and an exhale to think of melting it down, relaxing it, draping it across this roller like it's a hanger for your body. And one more breath. And release that out. We'll bring the right side back, hand to the roller, foot by the roller on the mat. And then slide the left leg forward. Might be really different on this side, so you might decide to bend the knee more. You might decide to pull the right knee into your chest. And after a couple of deep, slow breaths, we'll take the left arm up and back and rest the back of the hand on the ground. If your shoulders are tight, your arm's probably going to go out a little bit on the diagonal away from your head. Eventually, it might end up more parallel to the neck and the head. Try to fill the lungs with every inhale and then slowly empty as much as you can. There's always a reserve, but we want to try to really inflate the lungs and inflate the ribs. And then the ribs knit together as you exhale and the lungs slowly empty of air. Breathing in again. Exhale, sigh the air out. Think of your body like a balloon deflating and getting heavy onto the ground here. One more breath. And exhale it out. Sigh it out. If you're reluctant to let it go. We'll bring that left arm down. We'll pull the left leg back in. And then we bridge up, push through your feet, lift your hips, use your glutes, and slide the roller out from underneath the body. And then we lower the hips down and extend the legs forward and the arms back. Just sort of feel how your body has changed since we started. Doing great. All right, now legs together. We're going to lift the arms up to the ceiling, lift your head, neck, and shoulders. Exhale, pick up your torso, round your body forward, coming over and retreat. Yep. So that was like a surprise, I know. So if this isn't something you normally do, you can take your TheraBand and wrap it around the balls of your feet. And then you can come up and have the band helping support this movement. So sitting upright, tall on your sits bones, maybe the knees are bent so you have a little indentation in your mid-back here. We'll look down your nose, tucking the chin in towards the base of your throat and curling the tail up. So you're sitting behind your sits bones, back onto your sacrum, push the legs forward, curve your spine into the ground inch by inch by inch. And then your shoulder blades sink and you lay your head back down. So the structure will be taut here. And then we come up, lifting the head, neck, and shoulders. You can bend the elbows, pull the strap back towards your body. So it gives you as much support as you need. You come over and you dive your head down by your knees. Hang your head low. And then stack your spine bottom to top like you're zipping your back up a wall. Look straight ahead at the horizon. And then as you curl the tail up, look down. Lengthen out through your legs. Try to push them in the opposite direction from your spine. And you're rotating the pelvis around your femurs to come down with control, inch by inch by inch. You feel the shoulder blades, you feel the shoulders sink, you rest your head back. And let's come up again. Lifting the head up, chin to chest, and pull back into the bed. Try to keep the feet grounded. Another option, of course, would be to add like ankle weights over your ankles, over the shins, to give you some support there. If you decide you want to go without it, easiest after releasing the TheraBand, you can just take your hands along your legs, even along the mat. As you advance the movement, the arms are higher up. You can hold on to the back of your legs, curl down very slowly, get every inch of the abdominal wall as you go down. Yes, that looks great. And you can yawn the arms back to help stretch out the front line of your body. Let's lift to come up. Also bring the arms higher. Big exhale, pull from your core, dive over your legs, and then maybe reach for your toes, pull them back, and suck the waist back into the spinal curve. The head is down, and then we can stack the spine coming up. Good. Here we're going to roll back down just to the brow line or to the tip of the scapula, the shoulder blades, for hundreds. So legs pressed together like a unileg. You bring the arms forward, you're curling back. You can take your hands to the back of your thighs to come back into your best upper arm curl, and then fold the knees in. You can use your hands to pull your chest a little higher up. Extend the legs up towards the ceiling. Stretch the arms at your sides. Start pumping your arms. Your head is high. You're looking down your nose towards the belly, towards the navel. Breathing in and then breathing out. If you're not used to this and it starts to bother your neck, you can take one hand behind your head, pull the base of the skull up and forward for a little support. And after 10 pulses with one arm, you could switch the arms and do 10 on the other side. Squeeze the legs together. The legs should be at a height where you feel that work into your lower abdominals, but you're not overarching your back. You're not feeling that anything is at risk here in your abs or in your spine. We just keep pumping here, breathing in for 5 beats, breathing out for 5 beats. That makes 10. 10 of these, if I was counting, would make 100. Well, it would make 100 if you did 100, but you may do more or less. You always can rest your head down if you need to, and just bring the knees in closer to your chest. All right, and then let's pull the knees in now. Lay your head down, lower your feet to the mat, and separate your feet about the width of your mat, extending the arms out to the side. We're gonna rock those knees to the right and turn the head left, just to get a diagonal stretch into the abdominals. And exhale, bring the knees up and then over to the left as you turn your head to the right. And we go back and forth a few times. So this way you're kind of working into your hips, getting some internal rotation and then external rotation on each side. And getting a nice little massage across your glutes while you do this. Okay. And then we're going to grab your TheraBand and pull your legs back to center. We'll take the band around the right foot. So flexing that foot, the band goes around the ball of the foot and the top of the arch. The toes are free of the band. And then you can choke up on the band, roll back down. And the leg can extend out in front of you as a counterbalance. Once your head is all the way down, elbows grounded at your sides, slide your elbows along the mat towards your hips. And you're lifting the leg up to feel a stretch in the back of your leg. So first, just inhale, point the foot, and then exhale, flex the foot. So from lifting the heel, we reach forward for the balls of the feet, the metatarsals, and then point the toes over. Curl the toes back. It's like you're wearing a high-heeled shoe. And then pull the toes into the knees, to the shin. Do that again. Stretch it here. And then back. And we're going to end in a point. And then maybe lower that just a little bit so you're no longer at your extreme stretch. And we're keeping the pelvis grounded by taking that right leg across the body to the left, put extra weight in the right glute. And then we lower the leg forward, just skim over the other leg, rotate the leg externally. The left side is heavy, and we pull the right leg around the curve and up to the top. Find your hamstring stretch there. So every circle is one breath. So we start inhaling for a quarter of the distance of the circle and a long exhale. Rotate the legs. So you're not only drawing a circle on the ceiling here with your toes, we're also rotating the leg internally to start the movement as it crosses, neutral at the bottom, externally as you start to go out to your right with the right leg and back to neutral at the top of the movement. So we're getting that rotation of the femur on the hip socket. And as you push the leg out to the left, pull back through the right glute, not only to keep the pelvis steady on the ground against the weight and movement of this leg, but also to feel that stretch diagonally across the glute and across the upper outer thigh. Reach low, you pivot from the elbow, trying to keep your wrist straight as you do this circle. Let's do one more. And just imagine that your leg can go further and further out into space, tracing a line here with a spiral through the air. We come to the top, feel the weight of the leg fall into the socket, pressing the glute down on the right. Externally rotate and take that right leg out to the right. The left side is heavy. Circle around and low, across the body with an internal rotation, coming back to center at the top. And again, reach, left side heavy. Beautiful. So as much as we love the stretches, we want to also feel the work in the core, working to maintain the stability of the body on the mat. Beautiful. I like to think of the circle I'm drawing as being the face of a clock. So I inhale for 3 hours, 12 to 3, and then exhale from 3 to 12. So the exhale is much longer than the inhale. And if you can do that, right, you will feel that the transverse abdominal muscle, the deepest level, really pull tight and deep at the lowest level of your abs. We'll go for just one more circle here, reaching out, going long and forward, drag it across, keeping the opposite hip grounded, and then bring the leg all the way up to the top. Now from here, we'll take both ends of the band in your right hand, and then open the leg externally and out to your right, holding the left side down. We'll give you a little bit of a stretch, perhaps across the inner thigh and across the front of the pelvis. And you can rock the leg slightly towards your shoulder in a way, very slow, very gentle. We want to get a stretch not only in one line of the inner thigh muscle, but several lines, multiple muscle fibers getting stretched, not just one or two. And then we'll pull the leg up, use those inner thigh muscles you just stretched to lift the leg. At 90 degrees, we're switching hand on the band. And we'll take that leg across the body, letting the hip come off. The right arm is extended out in a T, perpendicular to your torso. You look out over the fingertips, the palm is up there. And then you're also pulling the right leg back towards your left shoulder to increase the stretch you feel there. So you're pulling into the band, the elbows grounded. And then we'll rotate that right leg internally. So move your thigh bone internally to tilt the toes and the knees slightly down towards the ground. The right shoulder is still heavy. You're getting rotation through the neck as well as the lower spine here. And now exhale, unwind, pull yourself down from your left shoulder to your waist, to your right glute. And then let's bring your hands up high on the TheraBand and pull that leg back in. A safe stretch, soften your knee if you need to. So you feel the stretch in the thigh, the back of the thigh here, and not so much in the knee. We'll pull that knee into your chest, slide the band off, and just hug the knee in nice and tight to your body. The other leg stretches long, straight out of the hip joint. And then pull the right knee up and to your side, like towards your right armpit. Think of the leg like coming almost parallel to the rib cage. We can't quite do that, but in that general vicinity. And then let's bring the left hand to the right knee and pull it up and across the body to the left shoulder. So it doesn't go very far. Try to keep your right glute down. And then we'll pull that knee back into the right chest. Hug it with both arms, and then release it forward and down. Shake out the leg, and then notice the different sensation, the length, the weight, how much of the body has dropped on the right side. Even see if when you breathe, you have more breath capacity on the right than the left. All right, and the left leg, meanwhile, is a little, it's my turn, let's go. So let's pull the left leg in and place the band on your left leg. Then lift the leg up and reach forward with the elbows. You can tighten up on the strap or pay it out as you need to. And here we point and flex the foot. Notice when you lift the heel up towards the ceiling, the toes pull down. You would also drop down into your right sits bone to increase the length in the back line of your leg. So point flex here, rolling through the foot in each direction. So first you can stretch the calf as you flex, and then when you point, you feel the work in the calf muscle. We angle the soft point and lower the leg a fraction out and down, and here come our circles. So inhale, pulling the left leg across to the right. So let's stretch the lateral hip and then bring that down, out to the side, around, and up to the ceiling. Both sides of the pelvis are grounded, and you reach again. Nice and slow, you want to feel this, that you're supporting the weight of your leg, yes, with the band, but also with your arms and your core. So you stretch long here, go a little further out every time. We're trying to stretch the muscles, but also open the joint spaces. And the foot reaches further and further as the muscles start to lengthen. Nice, easy movement here. And again, with the thought of The breathing supporting this movement. From the top, you start with that short, deep inhale, and then that long, sustained exhale, going low with the leg, out to the side, so exhaling, exhaling up to the top of the movement. And one more like this. Maybe you can feel different aspects of your muscles stretch as the legs move in a different position relative to center. We stop at the top and let's rotate externally and take the left leg out to the left while the right side sinks down into the ground like it's falling into quicksand. Pull the leg across and bring the leg up high. And we reach again. Stretch the inner thigh open, go low, drag it across, pushing the left hip down as the leg reaches to the right. Bring it up high and feel the hamstring stretch and the weight of the leg sinking into the surface of the joint. And one more circle around here. And then all the way up to the top. Now here we'll take both ends of the band in your left hand, anchor the elbow, and then rotate the leg out to the side while pushing down with the right hip, down with the right heel, down with the right shoulder, even down with the right side of your skull. And we'll rock that left leg a little bit towards your shoulder and away. Pelvis is flat here, trying to feel weight into the right glute. Keep that connection to the ground. And then to exhale, we're going to lift the leg up to the ceiling. When it's vertical, switch hands, so now the right hand wraps around the band, and the left hand extends out along the floor. You pull the leg over. Initially, maybe the hip is down. See how that really stretches the upper outer thigh. And then as you take the leg further, you can spiral the hip, the waist, and even some of the lower ribs off of the mat, keeping the left shoulder blade grounded. You look over your left fingertips and pull that left leg closer to your right shoulder. Increase the stretch, bend your knee as necessary. And then we rotate the leg internally to increase the stretch. Breathe into that nice and deep and nice and slow. Then we'll unwind it. Right shoulder, waist, left glute comes to the ground to lift the leg up high. Bring your hands higher up on the strap if you can. If you want to lift your head, do a little upright curl with that, that's also possible. Or you can just focus on the stretch in the back of your leg. And then we can fold the knee into your chest. The band slides off and place it at the side of your mat. And we'll pull the knee in tight. And then open it alongside your left rib cage. Press the right hip down, right hand on the hip bone crest. Left hand on the knee. And then let's pull the knee with the right hand to the right shoulder. Like that, maybe to the left sits bone. That knee comes up and in and across the body. And then bring it back to center and pull it into your left chest. And then release that leg forward. Let's see how we did. Right. You may notice that the legs want to rotate externally, right? They just naturally flop over because you've taken a lot of tension out of your hips. And with any luck, they're both equally long and equally grounded. Like you're definitely flatter to the ground through your legs. And probably also through your ribs and your hips. So next from here, we'll pull the right knee into your chest. Hug it in tight, your hands can go behind the thigh. Lift the left leg up to the ceiling, elbows go wide. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders are coming to an upright curl. Push the legs away to rock forward and up. And here we are. Good. So we're going to start with at least the first two of the ab series. So you can start with your knees bent and maybe sit a little behind your sits bone, pulling your waist back. So you're into a rounded low back here. And now you'll take your right hand right above the right ankle, your left hand right below the right knee. So both hands are on the right leg along the top of the shin. So from here, we'll pull that knee in, extend the left leg out. It's a counterbalance. Push the leg up into your hands. So you roll back slowly with control, back to your upright curl. You're right at the brow line. And you pull that knee in tight to your body, pushing the shin up and the hands down. Now inhale, we switch the legs. The right leg goes forward, the left leg pulls in. And switch again here, soft point through your feet. You want to keep looking down your nose into the navel in order to keep your torso up and forward without falling backwards and flattening, which would be much harder on your neck. But you want to get this work into the abdominal wall. And also by pressing down with the hands and pushing up with the shin, you'll firm up like your tricep and the lower line of your arms. Do one more set, the knee pulls in tight, the other leg reaches long, and then we switch once more. Pull both knees in and lay your head down. And here, lift the feet up in the air. One hand to each knee, let's circle the knees away from each other, then towards each other, so the knees and the feet pull apart and then together. This will just give you a chance to release some tension in your back. And then we'll reverse the circles. Let's come together and forward, away from your face, and then back and in and close. One more like this. We all carry a lot more tension in their hips than we realize. And now let's rock forward and up. Against your thighs, come upright. Those rest. We're going to roll back again to that upright curl position and do a double leg stretch next. So we'll curl back. You can bring your hands along your thighs if you want to. Curl the tail up around your back. Every inch of your spine will come into the ground. The feet can float up, so you can go down slowly, end at the bra line, end at the tip of the blades, and then pull the knees in tight, elbows wide, one hand on each shin, right by your knees. Now push the hands down and the shins up, keeping the legs in the same position. So you have that, that work going both up and down to feel it in your core. We're going to inhale and stretch the fingers and toes to the ceiling. Circle the arms wide around and forward, like snow angels, and pull the knees into your chest and reconnect your arms here. So you stretch everything up. You circle everything wide with the arms, but the knees come straight into your body. It's funny because once you start to circle the arms, the legs sometimes want to open and circle too, but we're allowing the arms and legs to have their own different tasks and like personalities too. So we reach up to the sky, exhale, circle around, fold the knees in, and then rest your head down and turn your head side to side. There's 3 more in the ab series. We're not going to do them today, so we can try something else. So again, hands behind your thighs. Lift your head, look at your abs, press the legs forward, roll forward and up. So you're working both sides of the core at the same time. And we're going to sit with the legs open about the width of your hips, a little, maybe even a little wider than the width of your mat. And try to come right up on your sits bones. If you tend to be tight in this back line, like if you, when you come up, you're sitting back with your back like, circle back like a C curve, right? You may want to elevate your hips and sit on the yoga block, or you can just bend the knees so you're sitting right up on top of those sits bones. Yep. If you take your hand behind your back, you should feel an indentation here below the waist. Yep. All right, so now the arms move forward. This is called spine stretch. The arms are reaching forward through the fingertips, but you're pulling back a little bit by widening the collarbones. Press the arms slightly down and lift it up to your head. Then you look down. Start to move the head out, over, and down in an arc. So first you move the neck, then the upper back, then mid back, the low back, and bring your hands as far forward as you can. And you suck your waist back. So it's not really just a hip hinge. There is some flexion at the hip, but it's a rounded C-curve spine like you're coming up and around a beach ball. Now to come up, imagine that beach ball rolling up the front of your body. So you're going to lift from the low back to the mid back to the upper back, and your gaze moves across the floor and up to the horizon, where you just like relax the shoulders down by widening the chest, widening the collarbones. We start again. So eyes go down to your nose, the nose tips down towards the ground. You lead from the back of the skull to the top of the head, out over in a curve, like you're coming off a diving board and diving down deep into the water. You're going to come down here, the head is moving the spine one vertebra after the next. As you suck the waist back, round your spine, try to stretch out your back by the sacrum where it typically is tight, and even into that area right above it where it's normally indented. And now press down through your heels, sink down through your sits bones, and imagine your tail dropping deep into the center of the earth as you come up from the bottom of your spine to the top. The gaze lifts gradually. You sit up tall, you're right back on your sits bones again. Doing great. And then let's do this again. Look down. Head moves the neck. 7 vertebrae there, so there's plenty of space to move. And then the upper spine, move through the middle spine, down into the lower spine. And just stay there, breathe, and pull your waist back a little bit further. We're going to pull the heels in. If you have to come over the end of your mat, you might have to pick them up. And then bring your hips forward so you're sitting near the front of your mat, like the front third of your mat. The hands will here go between your legs and around the outside of the ankles. And you press the arms into the legs into the arms. Curl the tail up, look down, and you're behind your sits bones, you pick up the legs. Good. And my mistake, you should be on top. Thank you. Good. So we're extending the right leg up, just trying to stretch the leg here. And then pull it back down. And lift here now, extending the left. Nice, the shoulder is relaxed and easy. Try not to lift your shoulders as you lift the leg. Feel the blades pulling down from your lap a little bit. And then bring them back in. We hold this balance point as we stretch both legs up. And this is great for gradually lengthening the back of your legs if they're tight. This will help. And then one more, right leg up. Hold your balance, pull that in, and press the edges of your feet together. Left leg now. And bring it down. We're going to roll again. So we're taking both legs up to the ceiling, wrap your hands around the back of your calves. Look into your belly. You curl the tail up and roll back only to your shoulder blades. As soon as you touch the tip of the blade down, you change breath, you change direction, you come right back up. So we'll do that again. So look into your belly, lift the tail, keep looking down at your abdominals, roll back, exhale forward, and try to stop before your feet hit the ground. Nice. And just a couple more. Inhale to the blades, exhale, and then move forward. Ride the exhale forward, and you can suck the waist back as the legs go forward so you don't collapse to the ground. Is it okay for your spine, or do you need more padding? It's okay? Yeah. You could also just, if you don't want to do the whole thing, you could also hold on to the back of your thighs and just go backwards a little bit and forward a little bit, like do a mini rocking. Because maybe your back isn't as flexible as it was before a break, right? Most likely. And, you know, this week has been extraordinary in all kinds of ways, right? So, anyways, it's good you're here taking care of your body, and we'll just do any kind of modifications you need. All right, so from that place, let's go onto our sides, and we'll do a little bit of side kicks. So you can stretch out onto your sideline, and then prop your head up. Yeah, and you know, you can always like turn your mat like 90 degrees if you want to see me better, if this is like a newer thing for you. Perfect. And then the bottom elbow, we're pulling it slightly in to lift the armpit and get a feeling of engagement through the side of your body that's towards the ground. The other hand can press in front of your chest, open the palm wide and spread the fingers and really push down to feel the connection here in your upper rib cage and waistline. The legs move forward about 20, 30 degrees. Feet are flexed and stacked. And as you push through your arm, we're going to lift the top leg up, hip height, flex the foot. So this should be parallel to the ground. And we're going to slide that leg forward. As you bring the heel forward, reach back to your sits bone and pulse 1, 2, let's go 3 today. Point the foot and then sweep the leg back. Preventing your body from leaning forward, you hold yourself stacked here on your side with your core. And now you press back from the glute, pulling the leg back. Press back 1, 2, 3. Now the bottom leg pressing into the ground is going to help you. Flex the foot and kick it forward to pulse once, twice, 3 times. Point the foot, reach it back. Hold the body steady, and you pulse 1, 2, and 3. Do it again. Flex to go forward, pulse, 2, 3. Point the foot, take it back, reach again, and one more time. Let's go one last set here. Flex and pull it forward, The sits bone and the tail reach back to increase the stretch in the upper leg, and then press back 1 and 2 and 3. Come back to center and we lower the leg down. Give it a moment to rest along this outer line, then pick it up hip height again. Reach out long to the center of the foot and rotate the leg internally and externally from the hip socket right here in the crease. So the pelvic bones are not moving. You're not rocking back off your center line here to rotate the leg internally or externally. You're staying right where you are and just moving that one leg here from your hip socket. And you rotate around its own axis. And then when you go to external rotation, toes up and out on a diagonal, lower the heels together. Now we're going up, down. So you point the foot to lift the leg up towards the ceiling. You flex the foot and bring it out long, heel to heel, straight legs. Point to pull the legs apart, pull the space open, and squeeze the air out from between your legs as you flex down. Eyes straight ahead, point to lift, flex, and press down. One more, point to lift up, and flex to take it down. Now we reverse, so we keep the foot flexed to go up high, point the foot, and stretch down long. Flex to lift, point, lengthen and down, reach up, and then press it forward. Let's do one more. Notice we're doing it slowly enough that you're not just throwing the leg up in the air and letting gravity pull it down. We want to work it in both directions. Now we bend the knees, double pay, you slide the foot in to the knee about, and then you pull the knee into your shoulder, extend the leg up to the ceiling, flex the foot, and close heel to heel. So point, slide, knee to shoulder, extend the leg, flex, and down it goes, reach. Do one more. Trying to work all these leg muscles, a lot into the glute as well. Flex down, tap, and go up. So we go up with a flexed foot. Point the foot, bend the knee, touch down the toes. Try to think of stretching both legs out as the top one lengthens. Flex to bring it high. Point the foot and bend the knee. And skim it down, skate it down. It's like sliding on ice. Flex, and we lift, point and bend, and pull the head away, elongating the spine by giving a little tug onto the neck. Last one. And all the way forward, like so. We're going to lift the leg, hold it up, hip height again. Small circles, the size of like an orange. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then reverse it. Round it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Reach long and then lower it down. Good. Rond de jambe, big circles. Hold the body really strong. Press into the mat with everything that connects to it. You pick up the leg, you slide the leg forward, rotate externally, up, around, back, and through center. We did this earlier, laying on your back. We're doing it now on your side for more challenge to your core for stability. So pull it forward, reach up, around, and back. The other thing with Pilates is that we often do the same movement in different planes because it has a different relationship to gravity. So you end up firing different muscles. Okay, around and all the way through center. And now let's reverse, take it back, rotate the leg, swing it forward and around. We try to make this a smooth transition. Yeah, so this whole series like really works into the glute medius. Yeah, like I've had like strong athletes cry literally with this, you know, because this is like a part that doesn't get trained in a lot of athletic movement, right? So I'm going to do one more, and then we're going to go on our stomachs and work a little bit into the glutes. So let's flip over, lay on your belly, and overlap your hands to rest your forehead there. That way you can breathe because your face isn't like stuck into your mat. And now let's just start with the legs in parallel here and apart, like 4 to 5 inches. And you're going to press the right pelvic half into the ground as you lift the thigh from your glute and then bring it back down. Yes, exactly like that. And alternate the legs. So the hip bone presses into the floor on the left as you lift the leg up. And we're definitely lifting the knee off so that we're lifting the upper leg, the femur, off the ground. Alternating here. And be careful that you're not just dropping the leg, but you're lowering it with control. So maybe lift to the count of 1 and bring you down the count of 3. One more time, one more set. All right, and then hands at your side. Push back into a child's pose as long as that's okay for your knees. Otherwise, you could lay on your back and pull your knees in towards your chest. Maybe forehead down or hairline down. Curl the tail under, stretch that low back. Arms can be forward, they can be back. Depends what is better for your body. And then we're going to press to the ground, stack up, and let's go to the other side to do the legs on that side. So you have your elbow pressing into the ground and pulling back. Legs, 15 degrees or so forward. Press your top hand into the ground. And we bring up the top leg, flexing the foot. Inhale to swing it forward and pulse 1, 2, 3. Point the foot, take it back, and reach, and again, keeping it forward. The bottom leg lengthened and pressing into the floor here. Slide the leg forward, maintain the same height from the ground, whether you're going forward or back. And do that again. Last time to open the hip and stretch back. We come back to center, stack the leg. And now let's lift at hip height and rotate internally and externally from the hip joint, from the socket. That's it, you're doing great. And this again, right, you're still feeling that in the glute med, that maybe it hasn't tired yet. Right? So we externally rotate, we lower the leg down. Okay, and then we go up with the foot, soft point, flex and bring it down, close the legs, squeeze the air out, point, lift, and then flex. You can imagine like a really heavy band, like a TheraBand or a large rubber band around your feet. And let's press up into it to stretch the band and then prevent it from snapping shut. Go down with a bit more control. One more to lift and exhale to close and lengthen. Now reverse the foot, flex to go high, point to stretch it out and down. We flex to lift and point to lengthen away. One more like that, flex up, point all the way down. Développé, bend the knee up to the ceiling, slide that leg in, knee to the shoulder, extend the leg, flex and press out and long. So point and glide, knee to shoulder, extend, flex, and down you go, tap the heels. One more that way, pull in. Once it's down, keep the flexed foot, it goes up in the air. Point the foot, bend the knee, skate the leg down, full stretch, full reach. Flex to rise, point and bend. Both legs lengthen, we feel the waist lengthen too. And we pull the head in one direction as the foot reaches long and out and away. And then here, lift the leg hip height. Small circles, 8 times around 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 5, 6, 7, 8. Reversing, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then lower. Give it a little moment to rest, and then we pick it up again. Rond de jambe, here we go. Forward, up, around, back. Hold the body steady, right on the side seam. Good. And then forward, around. Back it goes. Pull forward here. Do that again. Feel the work in the glute as the leg reaches behind you. Let's do one last one in this direction. Leg stretches out into space. And then reverse. The bottom part of the body, whatever's touching the mat, really press into the mat for support, including your hand in front of your chest. Prevent the body from rocking. Looking straight ahead, like really press your head back into your fingertips to keep the front of the neck long. Let's just do one more circle. And close it down. And then lay on your back. All right, and Take a moment to just pull both knees into your chest, rock a little side to side. And then coming back to center, you can stretch the legs forward and the arms back. Just take a big stretch here. And then coming back, notice where your weight is. Check in with your body, see how you feel. And then we are good for today. Excellent. So thank you all for being here. If you have any questions I can help you with, ask, and I'm happy to give you my best shot at an answer.